Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a bunny ear beanie, mainly the bunny ears because I've already got a tutorial on the beanie. I'll link it to you at the end of the video. Because I made this beanie in two colors, I'm going to be using the same two colors for the ears as well. Now let's go and learn how to make the ears. I've already made one in black, so I'll show you how to make that in white, and they are exactly the same. So we're going to begin from here. First, you're going to leave a tail so you can sew it onto the beanie later. So the yarn I'm using is weight 3 and it calls for a 4mm crochet hook, but I'm going to size up to a 5mm so the ears won't be too stiff. So like I said, you're going to leave some length for sewing later, and then I'm going to make a slip knot. Insert my hook. I'm going to chain a number of 10 chains. So to make a chain, you're going to yarn over and pull it through the loop on the hook. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to join in the round. So I'm going to slip stitch in the first stitch. First, make sure your chain doesn't twist like this. You're going to insert your hook in the first chain like so. Yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops on the hook. 1 and 2. Okay, so now that's the first chain we just worked in, and that's number 10. If you don't know which one, you can count it from the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can place a stitch marker in this stitch. So that's 10. And that's 1. Chain 1. We're going to begin round 1. In the first stitch, I'm going to work a half double crochet. And to make a half double crochet, you're going to first yarn over, insert your hook in that stitch, the first stitch, and then you're going to pull up a loop, so yarn over, pull through, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull it through all 3. So that is a half double crochet. I'm going to mark this stitch. So this would be the first stitch of round 1. In the next chain, I'm going to make one more half double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook in that chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull it through all 3. And then continue working the third half double crochet, yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. And in the next chain, we're going to make one more. So that's 4 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5th one, we're going to make 2 half double crochets. So I'm going to make the first one normally. And then in the same stitch, I'm going to make the second one. So that's an increase. In this pattern, an increase means 2 half double crochets in one stitch. So it's only 2, no 3, no 4, 2 in each stitch, and we're only going to be working half double crochets. So if I say work an increase, you'll know it means 2 half double crochets in one stitch. So we just did 4 half double crochets and then an increase. We're going to repeat this, do it again. So next stitch, 1 half double, 1, next stitch, the second one, next stitch, 3, next stitch, 4. If I'm going too fast, pause this video and take your time working your half double crochets. So that was 4 half double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the last one, which is number 10, which is marked, I know I didn't miss any stitch because this is supposed to be number 10. In this stitch, I'm going to work 2 half double crochets. 1, 2. And then I'm going to join in the round to the very first stitch, which is marked. So I'm going to insert my hook. And before I finish the slip stitch, I actually want to mark the last stitch and the first stitch again. You'll know why in a second. So now I have a stitch marker in the first stitch and a stitch marker in the last stitch. I'm going to yarn over and pull through again to make a slip stitch. And then I'm going to chain 1. Now, each time we finish one round, we're going to turn our work and work in the other direction. So now as you can see, because I marked this stitch, you'll know which should be the first one you work into. It's this one. It was our last stitch, now it's the first stitch. So another way to help you tell which is the first stitch is you just count one loop from the hook, 1, 2, 3. You go in the third one. Okay, so when we work in this direction with the inside facing us, we're just going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. And if we are working in this direction with the outside facing us, we're going to do increase like that. But when we do it like this, 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So which should be the first stitch? 1, 2, 3, count to the third chain, and then you're going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. At this point, you can still mark your first stitch and the last stitch so you don't make mistakes. Make sure you don't turn it over like this. So I'm just going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch, and for this round I should have 12 half double crochets. And that stitch is marked, so it should be the last stitch. 1 half double crochet in that stitch. So now if you count your stitches from the first one, you should have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, then you're going to join to the first stitch, which is marked as well. Insert your hook in both loops and then slip stitch. Chain 1 to work round 3. I'm gonna place this marker back in the first stitch so later we can find our last stitch. So you're gonna turn your work to work round 3, and you already know how to find your first stitch. Count 3 chains from the hook. 1, 2, 3. It's that one. So round 1 we worked increase, round 2 no increase, round 3 increase again, and round 4 no increase. So we're going to do increase every other round. Round 1 we did 4 half double crochets and then an increase. Round 3 we're going to do 5 half double crochets and then an increase. So that means from the very first stitch I'm going to work 5 half double crochets with 1 in each stitch. Still, I'm going to mark this stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the next stitch, I'm going to work an increase. So that's 2 half doubles in 1 stitch. And then I'm going to do it again, 5 half double crochets from the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then your next stitch should be marked because that's the very last stitch you should work into. And now you can actually have a look at what it looks like the very last stitch. So eventually you want to not use the stitch markers because it will slow down your progress, but it's up to you if you want to keep using it. So that's what it looks like the very last stitch. And as you can see, we have a slip stitch worked in that stitch. So in this stitch, I'm going to work 2 half double crochets. And then I'm going to slip stitch in the first one. I'm not going to take the stitch marker out this time. Slip stitch and then chain 1, turn. Now we're working in this direction with the inside facing us. So round 4, the next round, would be 1 half double crochet in each stitch, no increase. Starting from this stitch, 1, 2, 3, the third chain. So just work 1 half double crochet in each stitch, and I'll see you at the end of this round. Okay, so that's the last stitch because I have a stitch marker in it. Work your last stitch, then slip stitch in the very first stitch. And then to begin round 5, chain 1 and turn. Round 5 we're gonna do, so you're just adding 1 half double crochet each increase round. That one is 4 half double crochets then increase. That's 5 half double crochets and then increase. That's 6 half double crochets then increase. So beginning from the first stitch, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna work 6 half double crochets. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the next stitch, work an increase. And then just 1 half double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. So from this one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can stop counting from the increase here because you can just work your stitches until your next stitch is marked, because you'll know that's the last stitch. And in that stitch, you're going to work 2 half double crochets. So this round we should have 16 stitches. Alright, slip stitch in the first stitch, chain 1 and turn. We're working in this direction, so the next round is just 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So this is round 6. I'll see you at the end of it. That's the last stitch. I forgot to mark the first stitch, but it's this one. I'm going to slip stitch in the first stitch, chain 1, turn to begin round 7. Round 7 we do 7 half double crochets and then an increase. This is 6 and 7. So that's the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the next stitch we do an increase. And then you're just going to work half double crochets until your next stitch is marked. And then in the marked stitch, we're going to do an increase. And then slip stitch into the very first stitch. Chain 1, turn, row 8, 1 half double crochet in each stitch. That's the last stitch. 1 half double crochet in it, and then slip stitch in the first stitch, chain 1, turn. So this is round 9. This round we did 7 half double crochets, so this would be 8 half double crochets, then an increase. It's roughly halfway from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then increase in the next stitch. And then you're going to repeat it again. 8 half double crochets, 1 in each stitch. And then in the marked stitch, work an increase again. And then slip stitch in the first stitch, just like before. Chain 1, turn, and work round 10. So that's the first 10 rounds. And every 10 rounds I would just place an extra stitch marker in the 10th round like this. So I don't always have to count from the very beginning. I know that's number 10, and later if I lose track, I can just count from this. So to recap, we increase every other round, and that's odd numbered rounds. Even numbered rounds, we just work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. with the inside facing us in this direction. If we're working in this direction with the outside facing us, it means we're working an increase round. So round 9 is 8 half double crochets and then an increase, and then repeat that again. Round 11 is 9 half double crochets and then an increase. Round 13 is 10 half double crochets and then increase. 15, 11 half double crochets and then an increase. So you're going to continue working like that. When you get to round 25, you would be working 16 half double crochets and then an increase and then repeat. And then round 26, 1 half double crochet in each stitch. Round 26, you should have 36 half double crochets in total. So you're going to continue working following that pattern. I'll see you after round 26. So I just finished row 26. That's row 10, 20, 2, 4, 6. For the next 4 rows, we're just going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So chain 1 and turn. The next 4 rows is row 27, 28, 29, and 30. So for those 4 rows, just 1 half double crochet in each stitch. I'm at the end of round 30. Slip stitch in the first stitch. From the next round, we're going to start decreasing like this. And for the decrease pattern, we're going to decrease every round. So increase is every other round, but decrease is every round. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So decrease round 1. I'm going to begin with 16 half double crochets. So again, starting from the first stitch, which is this one, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to work 1 half double crochet in each of the first 16 stitches. And that's round 30. I'm going to mark it. So that's decrease round 1. So after 16 stitches, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16, I'm going to make a decrease. The decrease is half double crochet 2 together. So I'm going to work the next 2 stitches together in half double crochet. First, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then for the next stitch, I'm going to yarn over again and pull up a loop from the next stitch. So I insert my hook in that stitch and pull up a loop. Now you should have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all of them. And that's it. We worked 1 stitch on top of the 2 stitches. And then from the next stitch, you're going to continue working 1 half double crochet in each stitch. You're going to work 16 of them again. And your last stitch should be marked. Mine's not, but it's this stitch. So when you have 2 stitches left, after 16 stitches, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 6. So after 16 stitches, you're going to work a decrease over the next 2 stitches again, which is the last 2 stitches. So let's do it again. You're going to yarn over. In the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then yarn over again. In the last stitch, pull up 1 more loop, and then you yarn over and pull through all 5. And then join in the round by slip stitching in the first stitch. So that's decrease round 1. Decrease round 2, chain 1 and turn. And like I said before, for the decrease pattern, we're going to decrease every round. So the next round, we're going to do decrease as well. Last round, we did 16 half double crochets. This round, we're going to do 15 half double crochets and then a decrease. So starting from the first stitch, I'm going to work 15 half double crochets, 1 in each stitch. So after 15 half double crochets, we're going to work a decrease, and we're going to work it in the same way. So yarn over, in the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over again, next stitch, pull up one more loop, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all. And then from the next stitch, repeat the same thing again. 15 half double crochets, and then over the last 2 stitches, work 1 decrease. And then you slip stitch in the first stitch again. Chain 1 and turn your work. Decrease round 3. We're going to do 14 half double crochets, then decrease, and then 14 again, decrease. So decrease round 1, 16 half double crochets, then decrease. Round 2, 15 half double crochets, then decrease. Round 3, 14, decrease. Round 4, 13, and then decrease. So that is the pattern. We're subtracting 1 half double crochet each round. So following this pattern, you're going to work up to decrease round 13, and the pattern for that round would be 4 half double crochets and then decrease, and then repeat that again. Okay, so I worked all the way up to decrease round 13. I just finished a decrease here, and then I'm going to slip stitch in the first stitch. And then we're just going to do one last round to close off this opening. The last round I'm not going to turn because it's easier to work in this direction with the outside facing us. So I'm going to chain 1. And for this round, I'm just going to keep working decreases. So starting from the first stitch, which is the stitch we just slip stitched into, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook in that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over. In the next stitch, pull up one more loop, and then pull through all. And I'm going to continue doing that and work 5 decreases like this in total. And because the round's getting smaller, it's getting harder to work your stitches. And I found it really helpful to just press the loops down against the hook to prevent them from coming off. So that's the last stitch. Last decrease, and then I'm going to slip stitch in the first stitch, and then chain 1 and cut this yarn. And then I'm going to use a needle to close it off because we still have 5 stitches here. I'm just going to go in and out like this. And then just hide it on the wrong side. And then you're gonna cut this one so it doesn't leave a tail. And then you're just gonna sew them onto your beanie. You're gonna put this beanie on and then mark out where you want the ear to start. So for example, it's here. I'm gonna place a stitch marker there, and then I can sew it on like this. I actually have 2 tutorials on two-tone beanies. I'll link both of them to you. I'll also put them in the description. Well, I hope you enjoy your bunny ear beanie. Bye!